fall of 2008, I started having persistent joint pain that was affecting my ability to play sports, and so I went through a couple rounds of physical therapy to try to figure out what it was. I had my knee scoped. They saw some inflammation, didn't really know a cause of it, and so they eventually sent me to a rheumatologist thinking maybe it was rheumatoid arthritis, and he was the first one to actually do a complete blood count and saw low counts in both my whites, reds, and platelets, and said this isn't normal for a healthy male of your age, and so sent me to a hematologist. And I showed up from work not really knowing what to expect, and she said, this is AML, acute myelogenous leukemia. We need to admit you to the hospital right now, and we want to start chemo tonight. And so they decided that the only chance for survival at that point was a bone marrow transplant. I got the word that they had found my match. She was a 19-year-old female in Europe, and that she had had a piercing in the last 6 months, and that's all they told me. That's all I knew for 2 years. And so at that point, we started with the process. I went back inpatient at the beginning of September of 2009. We did a lethal dose of chemo to try to destroy my bone marrow to the point where it wouldn't have any fight left in it, essentially, so it wouldn't reject her cells. And then at day 14, as my counts reached zero, nadir, a courier arrived with her stem cells. So that she had donated in Germany. They actually harvested her cells. They put her under general anesthesia and harvested her cells with a needle, and then flew them directly to me and just hung them like a bag of blood, just like the blood transfusions I'd been receiving. And so that chemotherapy kind of prepared my body for it. Her cells were introduced through an IV, through my PICC line, and just knew what to do. It's amazing. They go in and start producing healthy blood cells, hopefully, that are devoid of the cancer, which is what happened in my case. And so now I have her blood type, I have her DNA in my blood, and I'm kind of walking around with her inside me, and it's pretty amazing. I wanted some way to give back to be the match. I felt responsible, like they had literally saved my life, and that I needed to pay that forward in some way. And so I had a vague notion that I wanted to help grow the registry in some way. And I had some really supportive, great friends and family here that were supportive of me, wanted to help me start it. Were in with whatever I wanted to do. So that became the Swab Squad, which is we've created a pop-up Marrow drive that we are able to integrate into existing events around the city and state. It allows us to give a Marrow presence at events that otherwise didn't have one. Because of the DNA typing that's required to find your match, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. It's literally 1 in a million or more to find a donor. And so, I have this person who didn't know me, who didn't know that she was doing this for me, but she did it for me anyway. And now, after 2 years, I was able to release my information, and she reciprocated, and now we're Facebook friends. We talk. I'm able to share Swab Squad news and press and videos and the success that we've been having with it to her, and hopefully it means as much to her as it does to me, because she's really the second half of the story.